welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tamika. So today we're going to have a little story time. Basically, I'm going to tell you all about the accident that I had, the car accident that I had when I was in Virginia. If you hear a little sound in the background, please forgive me. My daughter is in the kitchen making something. So yeah, at that time I was working as a correctional officer at a prison in Virginia that was almost an hour away from home. So I had to commute like basically 2 hours per day to work and from. But it was okay. I never complained. I loved my job a lot. I really, 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 really enjoyed that job. The environment was good. It was a good job, and it paid well. I was happy. But then one day on my way from work, oh Lord, it's hard to talk about. I mean, I've never really talked about it since it happened. I don't know. It's for me. It's hard to talk about. So, but I mean, I think it's been long enough. It happened April of last year. So I think it's been long enough where I can talk about it. So here goes nothing. So yeah, basically, I was on my way home from work, and I was changing lanes, and there behind me in my after I changed the lane, when I look in my rear view mirror, I could see a tractor trailer like coming really fast, and I was trying to get out of his way because I'm like, okay, this guy doesn't see me. So I was like pressing. Me a press, and boom, I felt my car hit, and all I could say was Jesus Christ. Literally, that's what came out of my mouth. I felt the impact on the back of my car, and I said Jesus Christ. Then the car I felt it spinning and spinning and spinning, and after it spun, it flipped and flipped and flipped. After the car came to a stop, what felt like about 20 minutes of flipping. So the car came to a stop, and the car was on the top, wheels in the air. I'll insert a picture, and I also have a video clip. I'll try and insert that too. The car came to a stop. I was upside down, and my seatbelt did a really good job. I could feel the seatbelt holding me, like the car was upside down, and I was there hanging. So what I had to do after the car, I was conscious and everything. So when the car came to a stop, I used one of my foot to like hold my body weight up to unbuckle the seatbelt, because there was glass everywhere. And I unbuckled the seatbelt. I saw somebody coming, and I was saying, oh my God, oh my God. I just repeated, oh my God, nonstop. Like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, because I was in shock. And I saw a guy coming, like everybody that was on the highway, driving wherever they're going, they stopped, and people came to help me. And I unbuckled the seatbelt, and I crawled out of the car, and they were like, oh my God, are you okay? And I'm like, yes, I'm okay. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And as soon as I came out of the car, they put me to lie down on the side of the road. Oh Lord Jesus. Yeah, I was lying on the side of the road. So I was lying down on the side of the road. A guy, he came and he held my neck. And for the entire time, I could not move until the ambulance came. He was like, I used to be a firefighter, EMT, whatever, something medical. So he's like, I know the damage that could have done. Please do not move, blah, blah, blah. Which I totally understand why he was doing that. And I really do wish in the bottom of my heart I could find those people today that was on that highway. I hope they see this video, somebody, and reach out to me. They did not leave me. Even when the ambulance came, whew, I'm so grateful. The guy held my neck for the entire time, and they were like, "Can you move your leg?" And I moved my foot. I moved my foot. They say, "What about your back? Can you move your back?" And just to make sure that I can move, I'm laughing now, but damn. Just to make sure that I can move, when they asked me if I can move my back, I literally did like the worm, those dance that they do on the ground with the worm. I literally did that. I like moved. I like move like this just to make sure that okay, I'm good. Oh my god. And they're like, okay, so nothing is broken, you're good. And at that time I wasn't feeling any pain. I was just in shock. There was, I think there was a little blood on my forehead from the airbag. Um, and I think I had like a few cuts on my hand from like broken glass. That's it. No broken bones, nothing. But there's an interesting story behind this, so stick around. Oh, and if you're passing through and if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell so that you don't miss a thing, the good stuff, and share and comment. Yeah, so basically I was on the side of the road. I called my husband, my boyfriend at the time. I called him, and when he saw me lying there and saw blood, he was like, "What happened?" Oh my! He started crying, and I'm like, "Babe, it's okay. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be all right. It's okay." And he was there on the phone crying, and the guys that are around me. Oh, that's what I was saying. I said I wish I could find those guys. Yes, I really wish I could. I mean, they were there with me the entire time. They literally took care of me. And one of the guys was so encouraging. You see, I'm all over the place. That's me. I ramble, but I get back to it eventually. But literally, that's how I talk in real life. But yeah, so the guy was saying, "Oh my God, you're so brave. My wife would be like in tears right now." But generally, I'm that type of person. I try to be calm in every situation. Even when I do like amusement parks and I go on like roller coasters, people are screaming, I just sit there and hold my breath, because I feel like if you when you scream, even when I was in the accident and it's like flipping and rolling and flipping, I just held on to the steering and waited it out until it came to a stop. I did not scream. I did not scream. I just hold on to the steering and just wait until it came to a stop. So, can I help you?
I'm a bund, so.
So literally, I was lying there on the side of the road, and everything. I had a folder in my car with all my work stuff, papers like this thick. A folder this thick in the car. Everything was on the highway. I did not know where my phone was. I was wearing glasses. It flew away. I had another pair of glasses in the car in the case that flew away. People was like just walking all over the highway, picking up my stuff from all over the highway. And while I was lying there, I was like, "Where's my phone? I need my phone. I need my phone." That's before I spoke to my husband, my then boyfriend. "I need my phone. I need my phone. I need my phone." And they're like, "We don't find your phone yet. Just hold on. We're looking for it." And that phone was brand new at the time, like just a couple days. And somebody came with the phone and said, "Is this it?" I said, "Yes." Phone don't have any case. There it was in a case. When it came with the phone, there was no case, and the phone didn't break or anything. Thank God. And nothing happened to the phone at all, because that's what I use until today. So while I was lying there waiting for the ambulance, they were talking to me. I called my husband, then boyfriend, and then I called my daughter, and I was telling my daughter what happened. And I'm like, "Shamoya, I was in an accident. It's just a fender bender. Don't worry. I'll be home soon." At that time, I was lying on the side of the road. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I don't know. Anything could happen. I mean, at that time, the accident just happened. Your blood is hot. So probably I could have been injured, but I wouldn't know, because I wasn't feeling in pain, because I was still in shock and my blood is hot. So, and then after that ambulance came, they put me on a stretcher. Oh my God. I'm claustrophobic, and they wanted to make sure that my neck is okay, so they wanted to put that thing over my neck. I don't know what it's called. They wanted to put it over my neck, and over my forehead, strapped me down completely. But I didn't want to scare her. I didn't want to scare her because, as I say, I don't know what would happen. And we live alone. It's just me and my daughter. So at that time, I don't know if I'm going to be admitted in the hospital. I don't know who's going to take care of her. I did not know. So I was just telling her that so that she would be calm. And then I think I told her to call my neighbor. There was this guy living above us, and I told her to call him and let him know what happened, whatever. And she went to him, tell him what happened, and he took her to the hospital to see me. And when the ambulance came, they were taking me to the hospital. I was so uncomfortable, so because as I say, I'm claustrophobic. They strapped me on the bed across my chest, across here, and the big square thing on my neck strapped my head down. I could not move, and I was just like, I was about to scream. I was freaked out because I do not like to be restricted, my movement to be restricted, so that scared me. When I got to the hospital, on my way to the hospital, I was saying to the lady in the ambulance, like, why is there no siren? And she's like, they only use siren for cases that are like life-threatening. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, well, that's a good sign. When I got to the hospital, I waited for a while. There was a cop there. He came, talked to me while I was lying there, took my statement about what happened. And on my bed, he gave me a ticket. Yeah, you heard that right. On my sick bed, he gave me a ticket. What was it? Indecent lane change. They said that the accident was my fault. So he gave me a ticket for indecent lane change. Yeah, so he came and he gave me a ticket for indecent lane change. I was lying there waiting for the doctor, and a nurse came and she did my vitals and whatever. Everything was okay. And then they took me to this room to wait for the doctor. Another guy came from the x-ray department, and he took me to x-ray to do a CT scan and x-ray to make sure that everything was okay. And everything was okay. And I was so scared, like I was just looking for comfort. So I was talking to him, and I'm talking to him when he was taking me there, and I'm like, have you ever been in an accident before? And he was like, yep, a bike accident and a car accident. And he was telling me about his injuries and how bad it was. And that made me feel better, like, okay, there's a little bit of hope. I'll be okay. And after he took me to the imaging, he took me to a room. And in that room, I was there waiting for a long time. But then the doctor came after, and they told me that everything checked out. I was fine. There was nothing wrong. But that was when I told them, because I realized from the accident, something was wrong with my left eye. I could see like something keep moving, and I told her, and she did an ultrasound on my eye right there. She just put the machine on top of my eye, and she's like, yep, I see it. And then she called the eye doctor. So the following morning, I had to go to the eye doctor for them to check it out. So it was when I went to that doctor in the morning, the doctor realized that my lens in my left eye was completely or almost dislocated. Like my lens was like floating around in my eye. And so he made recommendation to John Hopkins, big up to John Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore. They referred me there to talk to somebody for surgery. Big up Dr. Doyle and Dr. Singh at John Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore. Like, I got the two best surgeons in the hospital. I feel like, I'm so grateful. So, moral of the story, I had to do surgery on my left eye. They replaced the lens. If you look at my eye, you can see like this one is straight and this one is kind of doing its own thing, basically. And that's because this eye is, I call it my bionic eye, which is perfect. Yeah, it's my bionic eye. So for all who don't know, that's why I don't wear glasses anymore. For all who know me all my life, I wear glasses literally all my life. So even though I only had surgery in one eye, that's how good the surgery was. I don't wear glasses. I have glasses that if I'm reading for a long time, like if I'm just reading a sentence or a line on a piece of paper, I don't need it. But if I'm gonna read for a long time, I need it, because if I read a long time without it, then it starts to get blurry. It starts to blur. And same thing with my phone. Like if I'm gonna be on my phone reading something for a long time, then that's when I put it on. That's when I need it. But other than that, I don't need it. Basically, that's it. I did a surgery on my left eye. I'm seeing next to perfect. I'm still supposed to do it on my right eye. I'm going to do it on my right eye, because then that would be amazing. But that's it. I was in that accident. I did not have any broken bones. Other than my eye, that's basically it. So I feel like I'm really blessed to walk out of an accident like that. When I put the picture there, you'll see. To walk out of an accident like that, I see people in less accident than that. Fender bender and die. Fender bender and die. Or some serious injury. A matter of fact, I have a friend. I was in her car after my accident when she had a mini accident, and she did 2 surgery on her shoulder so far, and still have another one to do. So that's what I mean. I feel totally blessed that I could walk away from an accident like that almost untouched. No scratch, no broken bones. So I went home. I went to the hospital and I went home that same night. I could be with my daughter, because God knows if something had happened to me, I don't know what would happen to her. I don't have family in Virginia, you know? So I don't know what would have happened to her. So I'm just grateful. I got to go home. I slept in my bed. When I got home, I wept. I bawled my eyes out, because it was just like the reality hit, like, oh my God, what just happened? I bawled. I hugged my daughter so tight, and I bawled. I was so grateful to be home. I was so grateful to be alive. And I miss my car. I loved my car. But that's a chapter closed in my life. And I accept it. I move forward, move along. And I thank God. Thank God for the blessing of me still being here. I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here. And I'm grateful. So after that accident, it took me a long time to get back around the steering. The trauma was real. It was for real. Like, thanks to my friend Heather. Heather, big up yourself, honey. Yeah, I know you're gonna see this video. It was my friend Heather that when she was giving me her car, I'm like, you trust me with your car? She was the one who pushed me to drive. Along with family and friends, of course, my daughter, my parents, my boyfriend at the time, who was not my husband. I thank you guys so much. I thank you guys for having my back. And I love you guys a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who called to check up on me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you. Mwah. So when I was driving, I was like creeping. Like, it's like the first time I'm driving. Creeping. So scared. Roll back a little bit to the day of the accident. After that accident and on my way home, oh Lord Jesus, on the highway, those tractor trailer passing me, it's so hard. I'm just like squinging when they're passing like next to the car. I like cover my face. Be mindful, I'm not the one driving, but it was just that much. It's too much. So, and for the longest time after the accident, that's how it was, until that day Heather said, take the steering, and whew, I did it. I drove. I went to, I think we went to Arsenberg. So that was like a 30-minute drive, 30 minute to 30 minute from. Um, it took me a long time, a really long time to get over it. Listen, trauma, I don't think, I don't think there's anything that you can do to get over something like that, an accident like that, trauma on its own, on it by itself, whether accident or whatever you go through. There is nothing that you can do to just snap out of it. I can tell you, well, personally for me, I can only speak for me. What helps is time. Honey, time heals. When they tell you that time heals, it is true. I can tell you, it is true. Time heals. And after the accident, I pack up because let me know if you want me to do another video about that, because after the accident I went into depression because literally everything in my life just started spiraling downward. I lost my job, the whole 9 yards. So let me know in the comments if you want another video about the depression that came after that accident. But basically I packed up, I rented a SUV and packed up all my stuff, sold what needed to be sold, um, give away a lot of stuff, and I packed up everything that could fit in the SUV and I drove to DC. Yes, I drove to DC. And that's like what, a 2 hour drive or 3 hour drive, 2.5 hours, somewhere there about, but it's a long ride. And I was so scared. I did not trust myself. So therefore, I paid for all the insurance that you can think of on that car when I was renting it. And when I got here, I'm like, oh my God, I wasted my money. Because, but I mean, I'm happy I did it. Because you can never know what's going to happen. So therefore, I'm happy I did it. And I feel like if I did not do it, that's when I would get in a wreck, you know. So just the idea, just the thought of knowing that okay, the car is covered, the other person car is covered if there's an accident, that give you the peace of mind, you know. So yeah, I drove from Virginia to DC all by myself, me and my little girl. The car all packed up straight to the ceiling. Straight to the ceiling. It was a big SUV. Packed up straight to the ceiling. And we made it here. So basically, all I have to say, if you're out there and you're struggling with whatever you're going through, because trauma comes in different shape and sizes, it's not just car accident. It can be abuse in a relationship. It could be a number of different ways that you can be traumatized. So all I can say is it takes time. Every individual is different. Some people take days, some people takes week, some people take month, some people also take years to get over. But time heals. So just give it time. Do things that you love. Spend time with family and friends. Yeah, talk to other people that has been through the same thing that you're going through. Trust me, that helps. And that goes back to the same thing that I was talking about earlier in the video, where I was like talking to, like asking everybody, ask the nurses, I asked the guy from imaging, like, have you been in an accident? Because that helps, you know. That gives you hope, like, okay, if they bounce back from it, why can't you? Why can't I? So talk to other people that has been through the same thing. If you need support, if you need help, talk to somebody, because it can be hard. It can be hard. It can be very hard. And if you're not careful, that can just lead to something else. You know, that could be depression. You know, that could be anxiety. And also you have to own it. Whatever it is that you went through, you have to own it. So you cannot hide from it. Just as how I was hiding from driving. That's what pushed me to move to DC. That's a part of what pushed me to move to DC, because I'm like, I'm not going back around a steering. In where I live in Virginia, literally there's no cabs, there's no buses, there's nothing. You have to drive. So I said, I'm moving to DC where I can take public transportation because I feel like I don't want to ever go back around the steering again. Every day I just thank God that I was the only one in that car. My daughter wasn't in the car and nobody else was in that car, because I'm not sure if we would be, everybody or that other person would be as lucky as I am or as blessed as I am or I was, to still be alive. So I'm just grateful and I'm thankful. If you have any question, please feel free to leave it in the comment. And if you want me to do the other part of the video about what happened in my life with depression after the accident, please let me know in the comments. And please subscribe to my channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and don't forget to comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you guys.